come up into this frame, and if you just try to do the other method like I showed you over there, tilting it off, those snap off, get stuck inside of here, and then they jam up the whole thing and break all of the chairs. So definitely make sure those are completely out. So now you can just quickly remove that out of the way. This has also a bottom that is easily removable with tape. It's taped right there along a seam. So now we can get that out of the way, tilt it back down.
Hi. Have a beautiful time.
This method does work with the other ones if you wanted to do it. This one just makes it a hell of a lot easier because of those blocks. Unfortunately, this one uses zip ties, so you will have to carefully cut those without cutting the wires or the hoses, or yourself. Don't cut yourself. So just like the other one, we have a backrest pad and the normal accessory box.
So when you open the other pieces, you have your arms and then you have your feet. When you take out the feet, be very careful not to lose these caps. There's two little caps that go on the pegs on the side, two little black caps. When you rip open the plastic, a lot of time these will fly off. If you lose these, the feet won't actuate properly. So you got to make sure that those are.
Yeah,
those
always
are
find those if you don't see them on there when you go to install them. Chances are in the plastic or in the box. So with this guy, with the arms and everything off, it's easiest to put this on right now because it gives you more access to get your hands in there. I don't have tiny hands, so it makes it easier. This only goes one way. So you'll notice that there's those two little notches cut right here. That's just because of these guys right here. So that's the easiest way to know how it's oriented. You also flip up right here and you have this connection. This connection, where did it go? There it is. Plugs in right here and it just plugs in and that's it. So nothing fancy there with that connection. With this one, the easiest way to get the pads on is actually start with the right-hand side as if you're sitting in it. And it's just a zipper. So and just like any zipper, you just can't see it. There it is. Go ahead and zip it up, and what you want to do is you want to fold this in because it will get caught up on the zipper and then zip it up. It is stupid annoying, and like I said, you have no room to wiggle. Now the reason why you start with that side is because by the time you get that one on and try to stretch it over here or do the opposite, it's easier to grab the zipper that's now on this part rather than over here and hook it over on this side. When you do it the opposite, you're going to be fighting it a hell of a lot more. Maybe. There it is. All right. Now you'll get this part here and hook it in the same way. And last one is up here. If for whatever reason you can't get this last one, you may need to recline the chair up because sometimes just, with the stitching process, it may pull it a little tighter than it needs to be, and you can't get it to hook on. So you'll wait until the very end, sit up the chair. There it is. All right, this piece, you just rip that off. Velcro's right up inside of here. Now, the next thing would be the footrest, because with the arms off, makes it a little easier. Thank you. Same thing with this one. You want to make sure all the hoses are straight. The connections only go in one way. Can't really mess that up. Where's my drill? So the screws are already in here on the footrest. You just loosen these up. These little tabs or ears flip backwards. Rest it up on there. Now, if this ever gets stuck like this, you can try wiggling this around until it finally goes down. Or the easiest thing, rather than messing with it, stick a screwdriver on the side, not in the hole, but on the side of the frame, and just pop it down like that. But don't stick it in the hole or else you'll mess up the threads. All right, now for the arms. So this one, they don't give you much slack on these hoses and stuff. So there's a hose, or two hoses and a power connection here. And the easiest way, if you ever forget this, you can always look in the manual. It actually tells you this part. But which one is 1 and which one is 2, you can see how they're sitting right here from these valves. That corresponds to whatever barb fitting is that way and whichever one is that way. So it makes it easy. So in this case, you're looking at them, black is this way, so it's gonna be number 1. Gray is that way, it's gonna be number 2. So pretty easy to remember that part. What you wanna do is get this here, take that rubber cap off, and you're gonna kinda somewhat line it up here while you get these connections on. All right, now there's this little knob right here, this rubber knob, and it has to fit into this hole right here. So what you want to do is try to line that up while trying to get this thing. There it goes. To wiggle on just like that. From there, this screw you never want to take out. It's the same thing as that shoulder compression on the Smart Chair. You take that out and lose it, it's a goner. Yep, so I always loosen it just a tad, just to make sure it's all the way on there. And what it is the screw goes right here, and you clamp it down by screwing it onto that little fork. That's it. Screw it all the way down, and you just give it a little pull test to make sure it's good.
Yeah, you'll know it's on because the arm doesn't come off.
Yeah. Do the same thing over here. And again, you can see here, number 1 is this side, number 2 is that side. The black one corresponds to number 1. The gray one is number 2.
So we don't have numbers on the wires?
No. So in the manual, it actually tells you which one's 1 and 2 if you ever forget that.
Black is always 1.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll feel that it doesn't go on all the way, and that's just because you gotta loosen that up just a little bit. And you'll know it's on all the way because this plastic piece right here doesn't catch on the body of the chair, that plastic piece, because if it does catch there, it'll just stop it from reclining and then eventually just burns out the motor. And that's it. There's the little, where's it, right here? Yeah. This little guy is the remote holder for this one. Oh, it's on this side. Right here, underneath this flap, you pull down, and right up underneath here, you just stick that there, flip it out over on the other side. Last piece is the remote. The remote is keyed, so it has a little slot right here in it, so it only goes in one way. And it's back here in an annoying spot that's hard to get your hands into. So it only goes in one way. Stick it in, screw down that little collar that's on it.
All right, break.
Last thing is just gonna be
Where you going? You have one more.
Velcroing that right there and zipping it up. Nah, we have one more chair.
Oh, yeah. Just talk about the moment.
They always under that.
Where did Doug leaves the cigarette break. Yeah, tell him or like he's all scratching.
All right.
It does come with extra screws in case you lose them, but try not to lose them.
All right. This one is the notorious